You guys, I've been doing a lot of timeline jumping and a lot of deja vu. Okay, deja vu is when you have deja vu, it's something that occurred, okay, um, that happened already, okay. That's what deja vu is, okay. Now, if we Google deja vu, it's something that you remember that happened, okay. Deja vu is something that already happened, okay? That's why you remember it happening, okay? It could happen in the parallel lives that we live, and it could also happen. Um, Most of the times, it happens in the parallel lives that we live in multiple dimensions, okay? That's why you remember it because it's that deja vu moment. Like I've done this before, okay? That's all that means, okay? Um, And a lot of you guys may be feeling like you're timeline jumping because I've been feeling like that. The energy's also been kind of off. Um, there's a shift on timelines, so people feel like they're not rested. Um, that's also going on because there's a lot of parallel lives going on in different dimensions. Okay, that's all that means. So remember, places, people, and things. Okay, that's basically what it is. Okay, um, and the timeline jumping is actual. The time doesn't exist in the metaphysical or the spiritual realm. Okay, so timeline jumping is okay. Say I look on my tablet or my computer and it's 4:08. Okay, so when I'm timeline jumping, that means I'm going um, to like 9 p.m. or the next day or even beyond that. Okay, that is timeline jumping. Okay, I am clairvoyant and clansarian. I guess that's what they call it. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Um, but Um, I've been feeling weird because of this, and a lot of you guys may be feeling this too. This Mercury retrograde is affecting all of us. It could be affecting your sleep, um, and the parallel lives is the deja vu. Like I did something earlier, right, and it happened. Okay, I did something earlier that I seen that happen in the future. Do you understand? In the future time, okay? Because time doesn't exist, okay? So I did something knowingly, consciously, subconsciously that I was going to do it, right? But I was jumping timeline, okay? It's weird. If it ever happened to you, it's kind of really freaks you out because you're like, what is going on, okay? So if we look up the definition of timeline jumping, and a lot of people on my Facebook, we were talking about this today. Also, you can have timeline jumping dreams. So basically, timeline jumping is a creation um, that you use visually. Okay, breathing in awareness to embody the next available version of thyself or yourself. Okay, um, it's 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 um, it's really powerful, and the shifts that are made during this process are life changing. Timeline jumping allows you to access your own power through embodiment. Okay, um, because people manifest in different ways. You can also do this This happens in your awakening state. It happens in um, all your states. Okay, your awakening. Um, there's also meditation that you can do for the timeline. Jump in meditation is practice that's allow you to visualize the future version of yourself. And they have apps to teach you how to do that, but you just have to tap in to your energy, your subconscious and your conscience. Okay. Some people can do it. Some people are freaked out when they do it because they're like, wow, like I'm looking at the clock and um, I'm jumping timelines. Is where I'm instead of the time now, it's later on, okay, or the next day, okay, or the next week, okay. It's crazy how it happens, okay. When it first happened to me, it kind of like I was like, wow, um, I had to process it, okay, but I think I already do that because um, of being clairvoyant. Okay, a person who has the ability to perceive events in the future or beyond normal sensory contact. Okay, so you're exhibiting a ability to perceive events in the future or beyond normal sensory contact. Okay, um, now it's clairvoyance, or clairvoyancy. It's seeing beyond the range of ordinary perception. Okay, that's all it is. So if we look at the deja vu, it already happened. Okay, you're just remembering that it happened. That's basically all it is. Okay, so um, we'll look up the deja vu. Deja vu meaning. Okay, it's a feeling of having already experienced the present situation. It's because you have, and normally they say in French, because you already dreamed about it, um, because it already happened. You're just remembering that it happened when you have that deja vu moment like that. Wow, I remember I just did that. It's because you already did it. Okay, you're just remembering what you did. Okay. Um, Now you could have already dreamed about it. Um, or you could already have seen it happen and it happens. Okay, it's the feeling of it is a feeling of having already dreamed something that is currently being expected or seen. Okay, expected or already seen. It's a sense of having already seen something even though you know you haven't, but it's not like that. It's because you already done it. That's why. But when you have that deja vu, you remember the subconscious and the conscious. You remember that you already did it. Okay, that's basically all that is. Okay. um and two, and another thing is I would call it too manipulating time, um manipulating energy and time. Okay. A lot of people that could do that is clairvoyant, has clairvoyancy or clairvoyant. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. You guys always said, like, I had it, that gift. And also I call it the gift of discernment. Some people have it. Some people are born with it. Most people are born with it. Okay. Um, I know a lady, I remember, she was telling her story, and she was saying how she was given the gift of sight, or the I call it spiritual sight, or the gift of sight, okay, the gift of knowledge, okay, but it was taken away from her, and she was trying to figure out why. It's because she wasn't using it in the right way, okay, because it could be taken away. Okay, yes, it can be taken away. And also, if you look at it too, it could be the gift of discernment. Okay, the gift of discernment. All right, people get it all the time. Okay, it happens to people. But when a timeline jumping, it's kind of freaky because you're like, you don't remember you did it until it actually happens, and then you're like, well, I just did this. Or you can actually see something that's going to happen. That's more the clairvoyancy and also the deja vu, okay? Because we're in parallel, or I say multiverse is happening spontaneously. The parallel um, lives that we hold, each one of us, is happening spontaneously in different dimensions, different space, um, and it won't make sense. Okay, um, I'm trying to make it make sense. Okay, um, it's seeing, but when it happens, the deja vu, um, that's when your consciousness kicks in, and you're like, well, I've done this, or I dream of doing this, and it actually you done it, but at a different time. Okay, that kind of makes sense. And I want to touch on clairvoyant, what it means. Okay, now clairvoyant is an individual who believes they have, I just said it, psychic abilities or higher level of insight than other humans who can usually um, use regular than the five senses, but there's more than five senses. I don't even know why they say five senses because we have more than five senses out here. Okay. Um, Now they call it. I hope I'm saying this right, you guys, because I didn't even know I had this. Okay. Um, Clairvoyant and clairvoyancy. Um, some people call it the second sight. Um, some people call it discernment. Okay, it goes by many different names. Some people call it psychics. Some people call it mediums. Um, they just call it different names. Okay. Um, so I'm just going to talk about that. But there's multiple, and I did a video on this, and I don't want to keep repeating myself because I don't want to sound like redundant. Um, but there's parallel universes that's going on, um, or dimensions, you can say, at the same frequency, the same time, but there's no time. Okay. All right, you guys. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, but I want to come back. I have a live to do. I had a girl is coming through, so I want to do it while she's still trying to come through. Okay, you guys. All right, this is Jennifer Felix, 1333, and I am sending you guys love and light, my beautiful souls. Bye.